healing power of God.
Thank you.
Azenia Corleone is considered a successful and ambitious supervisor at a Sacramento hotel. She's admired by her co-workers and managers. However, her climb to where she is now has been filled with tragedy.
And I remember my question that was always, why? What did I do at such an age?
Sexually abused at 2.
To have that happen to me.
It was an ongoing crime by family members. It went on for a long time.
I didn't know how to say anything to anybody. Time after cousin, after uncle, after whoever, that stuff kept happening.
That led to drug abuse at a tender age.
Smoking cigarettes at 5. Getting drunk for the first time on the 4th of July when I was 7. My uncle giving me pink hearts, which were speed. When I was 10, smoking weed at 11, meth at 13, cocaine high all my life.
Despite going in and out of jail, Azenia's drug abuse increased.
I lost my apartment to a fire.
From there, her life spiraled out of control. Rejected by her family and her former church, she became homeless, and the street was her new world.
I worked the streets, if you will, because I ended up living under a bridge. That was my home. Or, I would do whatever it took sometimes.
A judge gave her the ultimatum: join a drug rehab program or spend time behind bars.
Because sometimes faith makes us step out there and do something that looks like it's ridiculous to you, but your obedience will cause God's miracle working power in your life.
After 12 months in the Overcomers program, she's sober.
Because I had actually had my very first Thanksgiving clean and sober.
She's worked really hard to get where she's at.
Since her graduation, Azenia's been promoted several times.
I've actually, over the past year, I've gotten to know her pretty well, and she is very motivating to me and to other employees. The fact that she has lost so much but gained so much back.
She even got her mom and brother back. They were homeless too.
Do you know what? My mother now, she was living under a bridge. Her and my brother, not this last Thanksgiving, but the Thanksgiving prior, was living under a bridge. My mother is now a member of Calvary Christian Center. And now they not are only homeless, but they live next door to me in the apartments that I live in. I am whole. I am uniquely designed and built, and I am just so full of gratitude. I have to honestly say that I'm living the best days of my life.
On the next Stories of God's Great Abundance of Grace.
If it had not been for Faith Alive TV and Christian TV, I'd be dead now.
This former Vietnam vet shares his heart-wrenching story from a young sergeant in the U.S. Army, 101st Airborne, to being discharged and turning to a life of drug dealing, mob activities, and running from rival gang members and the police.
I used to read the Bible, find things that you weren't supposed to do, and then go out and do them, just to show him how mad I was.
Next week, he even relives those horrifying days in Nam when his battle buddies didn't return home. As a teenager, he was forced to see things no one should experience.
Everybody was on the helicopter, and I jumped on the track, and we were lifting off, and I got hit in the leg. And I started to fall backwards off the helicopter. And Freddie reached out and grabbed me and pulled me in. And as he was turning, he took one to the side of the head. And nothing mattered after that. It just didn't matter.
That's next week on Stories of God's Great Abundance of Grace.